inside of you. You have the knobs for the horizontal and the vertical that will offer you some kind of guideposts, and you can decide where you want to go.
For those of you who have previous NVC experience, it'll be like a review of certain key parts of NVC for people who might be newer to the process. It'll give you a chance to hear some words that might be unfamiliar to you and to get an understanding of what we mean when we use words in certain ways in NVC. So, you can do this exercise with your eyes open or your eyes closed, it doesn't really matter. I'd like to invite you to start by checking in with your own body right now as you sit in the chair. Just see if your body needs anything in order to be comfortable for about 10 minutes. So you can wiggle or get your feet some way, whatever.
Yeah, start out by just checking out what's going on for us. This is part of what we talk about in nonviolent communication, is being tuned in to ourselves and making choices that might make our life more wonderful.
I'd like to do things a little bit differently than maybe you've done if you've done a similar exercise with me before. But nevertheless, it'll start with the same first step, what we often call the 0 step in nonviolent communication. What's your intention? Why would you want to do this exercise right now? Just check in with yourself and ask yourself, why am I doing this? What needs are you hoping to meet? I'd like to just create some space around whatever experience that you have with this exercise, that it'll be just right for you. That you'll learn exactly what you need to learn.
Just give yourself permission to experience whatever you experience.
Then, everything about nonviolent communication is designed to bring us into the present moment, and in contact with our own feelings and needs. So I'd actually like to invite you to watch your breathing for a couple of cycles of your breath, without trying to change your breathing or breathe deeply or less deeply or faster or slower or anything. Just notice your breath as it comes in and out of your body. Your body taking care of its own need for oxygen. And thank goodness you don't have to think about it, because we've got a lot of other things to pay attention to. So our body automatically helps us meet this need. And then we also have some choice about breathing. You could decide right now to take a deep breath if you wanted to. Or not. The next invitation is to, on your next exhale, hold your breath for as long as you're comfortable, and just notice what comes alive in your body when you're not breathing. You breathe out, and then just observe your body, and notice how your feelings shift. Breathe in, just return to your regular unconscious rhythm of breathing. And allow your attention to focus on what you hear as we sit here together. You might hear footsteps or sounds outside on cars or people. Maybe the buzz of the fluorescent light bulbs.
Notice how you can shift your attention to a variety of sounds. There's that freedom. Just notice what it's like to choose where you put your attention. See if you can put it there with
first skill of nonviolent communication, which is the distinction between observation, what you're hearing, the actual sounds coming into your body,
and the thoughts and opinions you have about what you're hearing. Maybe you decide you don't like that. Who are those people who make that kind of noise? That's not okay. Or, oh, I like that. Whatever it is. As opposed to just listening. That's in your ears. Your thoughts are between your ears.
We're not asking you to stop thinking. We're trying to be realistic here. Just to notice the difference between the simple act of observing what you hear and any thought you might have about what you hear. That sound there. Notice how you feel about it in your body, in the core of your being. What feeling comes alive in you? What emotion? What physical sensations are you aware of? What we call a feeling in nonviolent communication.
Distinguish that feeling from thoughts. Feelings are physical sensations and emotions, as opposed to the ideas of thoughts and opinions that we have.
Feelings are our body's way of communicating with us about the state of our needs. So, for example, when you feel hungry, it's your body letting you know it's time for food, for some sustenance. You feel thirsty, same thing. You feel cold, same thing. You need some shelter. You feel hot, same thing. So all these feelings are vital information that help us to not only survive with these physical needs, but also to thrive with the wide range of human needs.
If you feel lonely, you may need community or connection. If you feel frustrated, you might need a sense of freedom, choice. Angry, maybe your need is for respect.
Sometimes our feelings let us know that our needs are met. So if you're feeling peaceful or open, maybe it's because your need for well-being or self-connection is met in the moment. If you feel relaxed, maybe it's because your need for ease is met. If you feel refreshed, maybe it's because your need for rest has been met. So these needs are universal qualities that all human beings share. Everybody on the planet has the same needs.
It's part of our universal experience. We have the same feelings and we have the same needs. Universal needs.
So these first three parts of nonviolent communication, the observation, the feeling, the need, help us to build a bridge of connection with ourselves and offer the opportunity to build a bridge of connection with somebody else, because it's part of our universal, common, shared experience. And it answers the question, what's alive in you? What's important to you right now, in this moment? Once that question is answered, it opens up the possibility to consider another question. What would make your life more wonderful right now? What could you ask of yourself or somebody else that could contribute to any unmet needs that are alive in you? Consider for yourself right now, as we begin to bring this exercise to a close, what would make your life wonderful tonight? What feelings and needs motivated you to come to this workshop, this introduction to NVC, or this refresher? How could we support you in getting your needs met tonight? As the last part of the exercise, I invite you to open your eyes if they're closed. And just look around the room when you're ready. And connect with who else is gathered here as a community to share NVC together tonight.
Sometimes when you look around, someone might look back at you, and sometimes they don't. Notice particularly when they don't look back at you, when you can just look at them and just connect and have a sense of what's going on for them. That you can connect with someone even if they're not connecting with you. You might see a smile on their face, or a furrow in their brow, or a sense of tension in their shoulders. And you can connect. Something's going on. This is a human being, a live human being, with energy flowing through, even if they're not connecting with you. In Zen, they talk about the sound of one hand clapping. Connection can be the sound of one hand clapping.
So we've just been practicing the first skill set of nonviolent communication, which is around self-connection, knowing what's alive in you. And now we get a chance to start practicing the other two parts of nonviolent communication. Once you're connected with yourself, then you can begin to connect with other people. And there's two ways of connecting. You can talk, or you can listen. You can express, or you can receive. In NVC, we call the talking part, honesty, where we're just expressing what's authentically alive in us. And so in a minute, we'll go around the room and give people a chance to practice that if you want to. You don't have to. You can just say pass. And that's enough of a check-in for me. It lets me know exactly where you are. You're feeling complete. You don't have anything to express in the moment. So that's a full communication to me. If you'd like to say more, I'd love to hear your name. And what brings you here tonight? Why did you come to this intro talk? And we'll use Oscar here as a talking stick, because only one of us will be talking at a time. And so that means that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. There's 13 of us in the room. One person will be practicing honesty, and everybody else will be practicing what we call empathy. And empathy is the invitation to be with another person as they express what's alive in them. To observe what they're saying, to connect with what feelings might be alive in them, to do some decoding of what needs that might be alive in them if they're not saying their need. We'll practice a little bit more with that later tonight. So it might sound something like this. My name is Jim, and what brings me here tonight is a love of nonviolent communication, a love of Hawaii, a real eagerness to support the Hawaiian NVC community in growing and thriving. So it's a lot about contribution for me. And I also want to have some fun. And I also like stretching myself. I'm done for right now.
My name is Jori. What brings me here is a desire to connect, really, to connect with people and to share life. And also a need to contribute. I would like to contribute. I'd like us all to contribute to each other. That's the world I want to live in, where we're joyfully contributing to each other in a way where it's hard to tell who's getting more out of it, the person giving or the person receiving. So that's the kind of environment I would like to create, and what brings me here tonight.